year, which means that we need to elect a president and a vice president. So at this time, I would entertain a nomination for someone to serve as president of the Mitchell City Council for the year 2025.
I nominate Larry Bam Caudill.
Do I have a second? for
I
that?
second.
All right, any other nominations? All right, nominations being closed, all those in favor of Larry Bam Caudill being the president of the Mitchell City Council for the year 2025, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Larry.
Congratulations, he's following up.
Sometimes it is condolences. All right, we will move on to, I will ask for a nomination for someone to serve as vice president of the Mitchell City Council for the year
I'm making a
2025.
nomination for George James.
I second.
All right, any other nominations? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of George James serving as vice president for the year 2025, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, congratulations, George.
Thank you. Landslide slide over.
Yes, it was. Hey, we didn't have to wait till midnight recount or anything. All right, you all have a copy of last month's minutes. I'll look those over quickly, see if we need any corrections or approvals. Any additions? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes, as stated from last month.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. All right, under old business, if you'll remember, last year we applied for this owner occupied rehabilitation grant and, we didn't get it. We reapplied and we got it this time. So, it will be administered by SIDC out of Lagodi. We are taking applications. We have between, I think it's 38 or 39 right now. In March, SIDC will send a representative here and they will do an interview for everyone who has filled out an application and determine if they're qualified. Whatever items that they are asking to be worked on, some things are approvable and some are not. I mean, they can do new furnaces, new hot water heaters, roofing, but they don't do siding, they don't build a porch, they don't do a driveway, so you have to go through this interview process with them, and then they will come up with a list and an estimate of how much money it takes. The amount of the grant is, the same as the one we applied for last year, which was $350,000. And if everyone uses the maximum allowable for the grant, which is 19 to 20,000, they'll be able to do about 19 or 20 homes. So they will have to go through these applications and prioritize them. Any questions on that?
One thing that helped us out a bunch on the second round was all the people we had in here. The first time we had one or two,
We had two the
Two.
first time.
and then, but we got extra points for the house being full that night for the second
I
hearing.
think we had over 30 people the second go around, and that they consider that very important. If your community's interested enough to show up, then it gives you a lot of points when they award these. There were 8 communities in this area that filed for this same grant, and only the first time last year only 2 received it. This time 3 received it, so we're still fortunate to get this. I'm glad that we did. Columbarium update, it has been installed. There's parking spaces for 4 vehicles. Their parking blocks have been installed. The niches are ready. They can be purchased at this time. Right now we are writing a few rules up that govern the use of the niches and how the columbarium will be handled, and they'll be added to the regular cemetery rules. Any questions on that?
On the rules, do we need to approve those when they get written up, or just go strictly to the?
Yeah, some of them will follow the ordinance we already have. It would just be in addition to include the columbarium. And then John Paul sent me some other information, so we'll kind of combine that and get it for general
Okay.
approval at the next
We
meeting.
should, next meeting, right, on that?
Mhm.
And maybe get those ahead of time so we
Yeah.
can study it?
Mhm.
Okay, sounds good.
On the columbarium rules, is there a rule about that field up there?
The rest of the property?
Yeah.
Our thinking is, I mean, I don't say that it's in writing, I don't.
We're
know if
gonna,
it is.
but we could extend it though,
Yes.
right? Well, I mean, the thing that I'm saying is since it snowed, I mean, somebody with a, side-by-side decided that they wanted to go up there and run all over that field. I mean, is that something that needs to be in those, or?
I think when we become aware of it, we need to let them know that they shouldn't be riding on that city property, because that is reserved for cemetery use.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to determine who it was. I mean, it tracks leads from his house out there. I mean,
Well, maybe we can, gently knock on the door and suggest they not do it again.
And I think we were discussing, the last meeting or meeting before, that area where the columbarium is, we wouldn't open that up until all the other plots had been purchased in the original
Correct,
unit, is that correct?
yeah.
so
right-
are
right
we
now,
going to have a reserved area for the columbarium to expand?
Yes.
And then we can sell other plots around there, or?
Not until the regular cemetery.
Right, when it's full,
Yeah,
right,
that's
then we will sell, we will do it out there, okay.
But I think once if that gets to that point, that we need to be sure that we've got plenty of area that we can mark off for the columbariums, that, nothing to get right up next to it. And we can do that, set that up, so. And I don't think I doubt that any plots have been laid out in that area. I would kinda doubt
I doubt
that
very
would be a
much.
new plot, and so they could do it then, so,
We still got all that little property over there
yeah.
on the farm.
Now, that's my thought on it until all the others are filled up. Be up to the whole council, but that's my opinion, so.
Yeah, that'd be the thing to do.
Any other questions on that? Okay, under new business, roadblock schedule for 2025. That is in a city ordinance that the roadblocks are to be the first and third Saturday of each month, beginning March 1st, ending on November 15th. That's, plus we skip the one during the Simmon Festival. So that gives us 17 Saturdays. Last year, 16 of them were used. A few of the organizations have already called in, asking if they could have their same Saturday, which in the past, my understanding is that we do that. And if they don't call us, we will call them to see if they want their spot back. So I guess I need to know if the council is okay with leaving, that in place.
I'll make a motion that we carry on for 2025, as we have in the past. And then I believe Lori, she was gonna work on making contact with all the groups to be sure their place and all that, I believe.
A second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we will use the same format then for the roadblocks this year as we have in the past. All right, we're ready for public comments. I wanna make a few comments before we start. I want to thank the city crews for their untiring efforts and long hours during this recent weather events. I mean, it's been several years since we've had a 10-inch snow, followed by extreme cold where the snow didn't melt, and then like 4 days later, we get another 5-inch snow, and it's still staying cold and the snow's not melted. So, and then in between that, whether you knew it or not, between the two snowstorms, there was a water main break at 14th and Decker, a 4-inch line, which took an entire day from 7 o'clock until after 10 before they got it fixed. So the crews are tired, and I'm just very thankful for their dedication. I do want to point out that the Mitchell Masonic Lodge, in a way, a show of thanks, fed hot soup and sandwiches to the crews on this past Thursday. And then just today, Tri Kappa came here to the City Hall and brought pizza for all the crews. So I certainly appreciate that support from the community. I mean, yes, it is their job, but when they start working around the clock, and one of our people, he couldn't get home because he lived in the county, and he came in and pulled into the garage and slept in his truck before it was his turn to go back out. So that's dedication. So,
Much kudos.
all right, we're ready for public comments. Bill Hanners.
Yeah, I'm here for the roadblock, I'm trying to hear from you guys, I'm with Toys for Tots, and I want to appreciate everything you guys do for us. We supplied 300 families this year with toys and stuff, so it's a really good program, and we sure glad to have your support.
Bill, did you have a roadblock last year?
Yep.
Okay.
It'd be September the 6th.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that Lori goes ahead and puts you down then,
Alright,
so that'll be reserved for you.
alright,
Thank you.
thank you.
Say 300 kids or families?
Yeah, so it was about 300 kids there.
That's good. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah. On the best way I can explain it is control chaos.
I'm sure. Probably a lot of excited kids.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anything else for the good of the council? We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
A second? I'll second. I guess we're all in favor, because we're probably gonna get up and go.
You second.